So I just got back from seeing 1917 and holy shit, what a movie. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. My name is Owie, and today I'm going to be reviewing Sam Mendes' World War I epic, 1917. Now, I was lucky enough to catch an early screening of 1917. It doesn't release until Christmas Day, at least here in America, which only means on Christmas Day, I have time to watch the opening of Cats. Obviously, I'm joking. I would have rather go through the hell our two main characters went through in 1917 than watch Cats on the Lord's holy birthday. And this review will contain minor spoilers, but honestly, I could spoil this whole movie for you and it wouldn't mean a thing. This is a movie you truly have to go out and experience for yourself, preferably on the biggest, loudest movie screen you could find. Now, 1917 is directed by Sam Mendes and takes place in World War I and is about two young British corporals who are tasked with delivering an urgent message across enemy territory to warn commanding officers of a battalion of 1,600 British troops that they're about to be led to an ambush set up by German soldiers. And that's the movie. Once our two young leads, played by George McKay and Dean Charles Chapman, are given this task, we are with them from start to finish. We do not leave their side at all. And these two characters go through hell and high water to try to accomplish their mission.
You have a brother in the 2nd Battalion.
Yes, sir. Is he
Alive. And with your help, I'd like to keep it that way. But they're walking into a trap. Your orders are to deliver a message calling off tomorrow morning's attack. If you don't, we will lose 1,600 men. Your brother among them.
Dean Charles Chapman plays Lance Corporal Blake, and he's more of the navigator of the two soldiers, and plus his older brother is part of the 1,600-man battalion that are about to be led to an ambush, so he has more of a personal tie to this mission. And George McKay plays Lance Corporal Schofield. He's more of the seasoned soldier out of the two, and what he has experienced in war has definitely weighed in on his character.
Let's talk about this for a minute.
Why?
We've got orders to cross here.
That is the German front line.
If we're not clever about this, no one will get to your brother. I will.
And I thought these two actors did a great job carrying the film, because it is solely just about these two guys. Everyone else, all the big name actors you saw in the trailer, like Colin Firth, Benedict Cumberbatch, Mark Strong is in here as well. All those actors are barely in the movie. They're almost reduced to cameo roles, but all of those actors, even though they had limited screen time, you really felt their presence and they all really left a mark on the movie. Especially Andrew Scott. I really enjoyed his character. He was probably my favorite out of all those actors that weren't our two main leads. I thought all of the actors in this film did a great job portraying soldiers in World War I. You really felt and believed their fear and their bravery and their camaraderie throughout the film, especially with our two main leads. I thought their chemistry was great. I thought their banter and dialogue between them was great as well. You really got a good sense of their brotherhood. That's why every time both of these characters got hurt or wounded or went through an intense situation, you really felt for them. So despite this movie being so intense and leaving you with so little room to breathe, I thought the character development in this movie did exactly what it had to do. Through these characters' interactions with each other and the way they reacted to the situations they were thrown into, and they were thrown into real crazy situations, I thought these two knocked it out of the park with their acting. George McKay especially does a great job. There are scenes and moments where there's no dialogue at all, but you could see through George McKay's eyes the way he's conveying his emotions, and he does a great job. Now, one of the main draws for this film for me was the way they shot it. Director Sam Mendes and his cinematographer Roger Deakins, who just recently won an Oscar for Blade Runner 2049, they both have accomplished a technical achievement with the way they shot this film. Now, the way they filmed this movie was to make it seem like it was all shot in one long take. And honestly, you're just in awe from scene to scene how it just blends so seamless from one intense scene to another. That's what makes the movie experience feel so personal. We are right with these characters as they experience these intense and exciting moments. And that's what makes the action feel so believable, because even though these characters are escaping all these intense and crazy moments, we believe it because we're there with them. There's no cheating. So you're never second guessing like, oh, how did they get out of that situation? Or, oh, that doesn't make sense. No, we were there with them and we're glad we're out of that situation too. But other than the action, even when nothing's happening in this movie and they're just traveling or talking, the movie is still beautiful to look at. We get to see the war-torn lands of World War I. I mean, when you hear people say World War I was the war to end all wars, you believe it in this movie. This movie really portrays that in a beautiful, horrific way. The lands and the places that our two characters travel to look apocalyptic and beautiful at the same time. So even the quieter moments where our characters get to breathe and relax, those moments did not drag the movie at all. I actually enjoyed those moments because it gives you as the audience time to relax and take a couple breaths, because there are so many intense, fun moments in this movie. And I would say the movie is fun despite how scary and horrific some of these situations are. But one of my favorite scenes in this movie isn't even an action scene. It's a shot at nighttime that goes out of a window and you're overlooking a burning city, and then it tracks our character as he's walking through a burning city as Thomas Newman's beautiful score swells up in the background. And Thomas Newman did a great job with the musical score. When it's supposed to be loud and bombastic, the musical score is epic. And even in the quieter moments, Thomas Newman's score does a fantastic job. When it's supposed to be eerie or suspenseful, the music really gets you hooked in the situation. So this movie is beautiful to look at, it's beautiful to listen to, and the actors did a great job making you care about their characters and this crazy journey and tasks that they must endure. But I will say, if you were expecting an epic war movie, you kinda get that. I would say this movie is more in the lines of an adventure film set in a war movie, because there really isn't any large-scale firefights in this film at all. Throughout the whole film, we're just following these two characters as they stealthily move from place to place, and it is a treacherous journey. So as unpredictable events start to unfold, we get to follow them as they try to escape those moments of danger. But like I said, with the way it's shot, it feels so personal with these two, and it makes it feel so much more engaging. So with all that said, when the movie finally ended, I just sat in my chair in awe of what I just watched, and I instantly wanted to watch it again. Now, I tried to think of some flaws in this movie, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized how perfect this movie is. There was not one time in this movie where I was bored, where I felt disengaged. I was invested in this movie from start to finish. So I would have to give this movie a 10, a perfect grade. There wasn't one negative thing I could think about for this movie. It's a goddamn 10. So that's my review of 1917. Have you guys seen the movie yet? What did you guys think? And where would you rate 1917 in your list of top war movies? Let me know. So if you liked the video, comment down below, hit the like button, subscribe as well, and I will see you all next time.